He's in the new Deadpool film.
No, I haven't yet.
Can I tell you like one joke out of it? It's not really a big deal. Yeah. It's a really good line. He says something inappropriate, I think, about his he just got back into his Deadpool costume because he's had like a hiatus. And he says something inappropriate to some guy that's working at some place. And the guy starts ringing the phone. And Deadpool says, I'm going to butcher this. I can't remember what the thing is. I'm not going to continue. No, because I've heard it in my head of how I'm going to say it. And you're not going to laugh. It's not going to be... Go watch the film.
Yeah, okay. I do plan on going to watch it. But first I'm going to watch Purple Crayon.
With your kids?
Yeah.
You're not doing that voluntarily? No.
But it got loads of good reviews. It's like a massive hit.
I've only seen it, like my only awareness of it, the only reason it's on my radar was because I saw the poster when I was going to see Deadpool.
Oh, okay.
And to be fair, those posters are pretty good because I see loads of stuff that I didn't realise was coming out. Borderlands film, for example.
Yeah, that looks cool. Jack Black and
is it Jack Black?
Bobby Lee's in it as well. Jack Black is the voice of the thingy.
Little bot. I haven't played Borderlands. It was one of those ones that come out at a time when I wasn't like old enough to really play. Video games. So my parents were like, I couldn't touch Gears of War, Borderlands, Grand Theft Auto when that was out.
Yeah. Yeah, Borderlands looks really good. Did you watch that Longlegs yet?
No, we didn't go and see it.
That's really good.
I haven't been to cinema in ages. Well, apart from the fact I've just gone to watch Deadpool.
except for Deadpool.
No, I think I should take Grace to see Longlegs. But at the same time, I kept saying I was like kind of being haunted in my house a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing stuff at the end of the bed.
Yeah.
And my whole point of not wanting to see Longlegs was because I thought I'd start thinking about that.
I don't think it's that. Oh, no, yeah.
I haven't been sleeping very well lately either. I mean, last night I said I got a decent night's sleep. I woke up 3 times in the night and I'm considering that good.
That's a terrible night's sleep.
Yeah, but at least
I didn't wake up once at all.
Is it not hot where you are? Like, I just can't sleep for
because our bedroom has the window that's away from so the sun never actually comes into our bedroom.
Right.
Because it's like that side of the house. So the kitchen is absolutely boiling because obviously you're cooking in there, but also the sun is beaming through the patio doors. But we've got this big long curtain.
Your kitchen at the back of the house?
Yeah.
You got a south-facing garden? Is the sun on it all day?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Although we've got a big hedge tree thing. It's in the way. I said about the weird ghostly box moving that's turned out to be a child.
A lot of ghost talk.
Yeah.
Longlegs.
Maybe we should do podcast.
A ghost podcast.
Packaging.
How much do you believe in the ghosts, though? I try not to, because I think, especially in the house that I'm in.
I don't believe in ghosts at all.
I wouldn't say that. You might.
It doesn't stop me from being creeped out. So when I walk out from my garage, round the corner of my house, and it's pitch black, I run.
You run?
Yeah. Because it's scary. It's really dark.
How far's the route?
Like 5 seconds. But until that moment of me closing the patio door and walking away from it, because there's nothing worse than when you've got a light on in the house and then you can see the reflection and then you're just thinking a face is going to pop up. That's creepy.
It is creepy.
But also in the garage, I think I told you before, there's a gap above and it's just a black hole. So at any point, someone's face just coming out of that literally gives me chills. It's terrifying. I don't believe in ghosts at all, but that is...
I like how your mind plays tricks on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's cruel, isn't it?
Yeah. Horrible.
You do that thing you do as a kid, where when you got to go down somewhere dark. I know in England don't have basements, but I've seen it in a film before. When the kids got to go down to the basement, so they will make loads of noise to like, yeah, I'm coming down.
Yeah. No,
leave me alone. Ghost
schools. I wouldn't want it to be like. Where I am.
I feel like it can see me anyway, so I'm going to create like a big presence. You know, like thing you do when you're supposed to see a bear. I don't know if you're supposed to see it. Make yourself big.
Yeah.
I make myself as big as I can be and audible for the ghosts. But I sometimes still do that in adult life. I like lock the door noisily. Like, yeah, and what? I ain't scared of you.
Scared of the ghosts or like robbers?
The stuff hiding in the kitchen in the distance.
It's funny how we're adults, but you still get scared of stuff.
Maybe stop watching horror films.
Yeah, I do watch a lot of horror films. That's not good.
Speaking of films. What are we discussing
Why
today?
don't we make it a bit more relative and think about films and watch some clips of where packaging is in films? Because that is thrilling. This is our first react.
I've already got some in my head that I imagine.
I'm glad you got some because I was going through my head last night as trying to think of all the films that I know of. One of the biggest ones is Ace Ventura, the opening clip of Ace Ventura.
That was one of the segments in my head as well.
Yeah, I did a post on that before. So I know that one, and then just going through all of these different things. Let's watch.
What we got first? Oh,
I don't think we'll watch the Ace Ventura one. You've seen this before, though.
Yeah. To be fair, I've seen Ace Ventura a long time ago as a kid, and then I tried to rewatch it again as an adult. Grace, let's watch it. It's a great film. It's a great film. We did about 10 minutes in, and Grace was like, "This is rubbish. We're not watching this."
No way.
Yeah. And to be fair, I agree with her. Like, it is. I didn't realise how.
The funniest bit about this bit, and the reason why I made a post on it, was that although it's a very exaggerated version of how delivery drivers deliver your package, sometimes they do turn up
looking like that,
pretty damaged.
I don't know how old this film is, but it looks dated, right?
It is dated, yeah.
So is this implying that delivery drivers not throw them all under the bus, but...
No, this is just implying that...
But this idea has been around for a long time, that there's no care.
Yeah. I can't believe you don't like this film. We're going to watch the whole film now.
Yeah, this bit's good.
This is good. And my original idea was that I was going to reenact this, but with the products wrapped in paper packaging. Oh. And this is a really significant scene with packaging in, and this is probably one of the only sort of big ones I could think of. The other ones are just sort of...
Just cardboard boxes. I don't know. I've got one in my head that's coming up of what it could be. Void fill or not in that?
There's going to be void fill in there. It'll be like plastic bubble wrap or something like that. But
did paper exist back then? Paper void fill? No.
I'm
not
pretty
paper
sure
itself.
paper did.
Paper void fill.
It would have in a certain sense, yeah. So,
what is this? Is this before I was alive?
What?
Google it.
Ace Ventura.
You can reach the A
Ace
button.
Ventura is like 96 or something.
In that case,
94. I was 1 years old.
I was negative years.
Young'un.
How long's paper void fill been about?
That's a good question. I don't actually know the answer.
Oh. And what was the first? We'll have to find this out.
Yeah, this might be a good one.
And I'm asking.
This is our next discussion point, as in the next podcast.
Yeah.
We can talk about the origins of paper packaging. Go on, give me one on what you were thinking.
What?
Packaging in movies.
Oh, my one, and I've said it before to you, is 7. Is 7 not on the list?
It's on. It came to my head.
It should,
but
it should come up.
What do you mean come up?
We should watch that one. That's like,
I don't think you can. We wouldn't better play that one.
You don't see what's in the box.
No, but
my question to you is,
what's
in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Probably plates or cups, something like
regardless of what is in the box. Void fill or no?
I don't know if you would need it. Like, do you care that much to have void fill in there?
I don't know.
It's not like you're trying to protect what's in there.
Oh, I see where you're going with that, yeah. So you're telling me we're not watching 7?
No, we're not.
What we're watching
one
instead?
Quick one. One quick one, which we won't watch. And it's not entirely packaging related. Well, it is, because it's cardboard. But the Breaking Bad scene.
Where... Fly?
The Fly.
I don't know.
Got to do with
Breaking Bad.
packaging. Breaking Bad.
We're talking about the plastic barrels.
No. We're talking about the.
We're talking about little baggies. There's loads of packaging.
No, the most one of the most famous scenes of where he throws the pizza,
which apparently wasn't meant to land.
No,
on the
it wasn't meant to happen. No, he was meant to. It was an angle at that top part.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not meant to, because what would be the chances of that actually happening?
It frisbees out the box or something.
Yeah, so he throws the box in anger.
Why can't we watch it? That's fine. Oh,
well, I just didn't get the clip. But
I see. Okay.
Throws the box in anger, and then the box opens, and it just works perfectly. And then they made that a massive thing in the film, and just left it up there for ages.
It did. It stays on there for episodes, doesn't it? But have you heard the stories like I have? The interesting thing about that, that the people that own that house, because it's a real property.
I have, yeah.
People turn up at their house and throw pizzas on their roof, and they are sick of it.
They've got barriers in
They've
front
got
of
gates
thing.
now.
Yeah.
So you can't.
They've
throw
had to
pizzas.
get the gates set up. They've said that they didn't get. They got paid. I think they got paid once or something at the beginning, but they don't get anything else other than that. So that is a big thing to not get much out of it.
I guess so.
The other one, which is similar to that, is Friends. Do you know what scene I'm talking about in Friends?
I'm picturing a turkey on a head.
No, you're not far off.
No?
That is protection, isn't it?
Bubble wrap in it.
Yeah.
Which I've said before, I want to recreate with you.
Surprise, surprise. Guess what we're doing
No,
next?
we're not. Oh, actually.
No.
I would be down.
Yeah? Let's do it then. It is such a man thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, but after watching it, don't you want to try it?
Yeah, 100%. I've always wanted to try it. I have
But
tried it.
I want to try it. Like, you can see they're pulling their punches.
Oh, yeah. But
I wanna
you
try it
want a
with
full-on whack.
See if it feels it then.
That's a bit much.
They carry on.
Showing the protectiveness of plastic, bubble wrap, and packing peanuts. That's always stayed with me, that scene. That instantly came to my head when I thought of packaging. It was, and every time I see bubble wrap, I'm like, oh.
Oh, I don't think of it at all.
Yeah, I think of it all the time.
Yeah, the one for me is 7. And then most recently Ace Ventura, but even the Friends one, can't recall. I can see what you've got in your list coming up. I don't I can't think. No.
Oh, that's great. So
because I haven't watched
this Office one is just funny. It's not actually to do with. Have you seen the American Office?
No.
It's not actually to do with like void fill or anything like that. But it's just so funny that I wanted to put it in. So basically, the warehouse staff have quit because they won the lottery. So the office staff now have to get all the deliveries out still. So they have to try and work out how to use all the stuff. And he's just broken the forklift. It's quite a long clip, but... And then they decide to manually lift every single one of their boxes in all different types of ways.
I can see this happening here.
And this is the best camera angle ever. It just shows a pallet truck.
Oh, they didn't spot it.
They've got no idea what a pallet truck is. So now they've decided the best way is to grease the floor and slide them along to the van. And it gets out of hand. Everybody says they prefer the UK one, but now I prefer the US one.
There's more of the US one, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
I've said it all the time, but I do need to give it a go. It's just that first episode.
Yeah. Castaway, you must know Castaway. You've seen Castaway. Please.
I watched it a long time ago when I was
So he washes that up on the shore, and then he's doing this panic thing.
Oh wait, is it FedEx?
Yeah, and then it's all the FedEx boxes that come onto shore, and then he's opening them up and ripping them out and stuff. And that's just something else I thought of.
I don't really remember. And what are they using there? And that is it just
that is. I don't even think there's any void fill in them. It's just he opens a box with tapes in or something, and they just come out loose. So they must have had so many more breakages back then. Like just having a box, putting stuff in it and sending it across.
But was the stuff that was coming out of the boxes intact?
They surprisingly, after a plane crash, yes.
That's where I'm going.
But I think it was probably for the effect of the movie.
Oh, okay. Unless they knew something we didn't know.
Yeah, zero void fill is better.
Survives a plane crash.
Toy Story. You've seen Toy Story 2? You really need to get out and watch some films.
I definitely have seen Toy Story 2. I when I see it in the list, I thought it's a Toy Story 3, and then I was picturing like the landfill incinerator thing. I was thinking, is this going on the sustainability angle?
No.
Story, is it going to be moving house?
Ready? There you
Of course, how did I forget?
Packing peanuts. I still like watching these now, you know. And the best thing is when you've had kids and you can show them these for the first time.
It's really you!
What's me?
How iconic is that line?
Please stop saying
Yeah,
that.
but it does. So this is beneficial for us because it does show that packing peanuts are really messy.
But they look a lot of fun, don't they?
There you go. That is packaging in Toy Story 2.
I actually think there's more packaging in Toy Story than you realise.
There is.
Because
so
even like, it's this film, isn't it? When Buzz, is that when he goes to the store? And there's all the other
this is
Buzz
the one.
Lightyears
Yeah.
packaged in there.
Obviously, they're all in packaging, aren't they? But there's also, and I don't know if I'm imagining this, but the original scene I was trying to find is where they are in a box with packing peanuts, and then they get out and one of them is choking on a packing peanut. That's the scene I was trying to find, but searching Toy Story choke packing peanut didn't come up with it. I was just like, where is this scene? But I'm pretty sure that is a scene in Toy Story somewhere. We'll have to watch the whole movie to
just
find
to see.
it.
Who in your mind is choking?
I think it's Woody. I swear it's Woody. Woody is choking on a packing peanut or something. I can't remember exactly.
Another negative for him.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, I got no idea. Simpsons is too vague.
Simpsons there's actually a lot of packaging used in all of the different episodes in Simpsons. But
There's so many episodes, there's the high chance that they've covered anything and ever that's has happened or is gonna happen.
The original scene I tried to find, which is weirdly enough an episode that we were watching the other day, is Homer is trying to make the park really safe, and so he wraps. It's like the first ever episode where Homer's not being an idiot, and he wraps everything in bubble wrap, like the swings and the slide, and everything is just wrapped in bubble wrap, and the swimming pool is Jello, and people just bounce out of it. But instead, when I tried to find it, I found this episode.
Lisa, what are you doing?
Wrapping you in bubble wrap. I can't always be around to protect you, so it will.
But... Oh, Lisa, honey,
There you go,
can't
popped.
intellect yourself from life. Why, I could live till 100, or a bus could hit me tomorrow. That's why I never plan more than 4 seconds ahead.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Now, come on, give Daddy a hug. Bubble wrap! Your daughterly love saved me, sweetie.
It's as if Simpsons are promoting the use of bubble wrap. Plastic bubble wrap.
Go again with that clip when that comes through because that reminds me of something else.
Now, come on, give Daddy a hug.
Now, it's not packaging, I suppose, related, but have you seen the video where I think it's like an Australian inventor tries to create, it might not be Australian, it might be Canadian or something, tries to create a suit to defend against bear attacks?
Oh, the Simpsons episode.
No, it's not Simpsons. There's a
Simpsons.
The Simpsons stuff. No, it's real. And there's a compilation of videos of him testing it. It's like looks like it's on a handy cam made back in the 90s. Let's just try and find this real quick.
I thought it was because he does the same thing. So he creates a suit to protect himself from a bear attack. And he's got like a bucket on his head with holes cut out.
They might have taken it from this guy.
What, he's testing it? How is he testing it?
Well, you'll see how he tests it. 1988. So again. How long is this? Well, he's got his mobility.
That looks quite cool.
I don't know.
It looks like Halo.
But do you put this on to go out? Like...
It would still hurt.
This can't be real, can it?
Wait, as in, do you think he's really a person trying to...
Unless the bears are like Ewoks, he's not going to encounter that.
Yeah, that will just chew on your leg or something. Does he actually test it out on a bear?
No, I don't know why this proves its defense against bears, because I've never seen a bear. I've seen the Revenant,
but
right?
You might fall.
And this wasn't in the Revenant. It's the log from the tree for me. That's
really good. Oh, here we go.
Is that a forklift?
With a mattress on the front or something.
Oh no, it's a truck.
God,
This is ridiculous.
that is insane.
So my question is, do you think we could recreate this with bubble wrap?
No.
You got the impact is dislocating and breaking things for sure.
There you go.
But that Simpsons episode reminded me of
Yeah.
when he bounces off the tree.
Yeah. You know that bear thing where you act big?
Oh yeah.
That's not for all bears.
No, some you don't want to do it with.
No.
I
Because
don't
some
know.
will
It's
just...
brown, especially
Brown
like,
bears
brown
is what
like
you want
mother.
to do.
Oh, is it?
Oh.
I thought
I
brown
hope
mother
I never
bears.
see a bear.
That's a good job we live in England, isn't it? Go on, you say your piece. What do you?
That is my piece. That's
Oh,
all I
that's
know,
it.
is that some bears will see you do that and then think you're trying to attack them and then just go for you.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't do it every time.
No, I know there's one.
I knew this podcast was going to be educational.
The problem is we don't know which bear type it is.
Well, you know,
So we're giving
Google
advice.
it.
Google it, figure it out, but be careful around bears.
If you see a bear, just Google it quick.
I'm sure there's something really scary in terms of one of the bears. You can't do anything to. You can't run. You can't climb trees for any of them. But there's one where you don't want to make yourself big. But you don't want to make yourself small. You just curl up into a ball and try and protect your organs and hope you get through it. Yeah. And I think that's got something to do. I think that is like the brown bear, like the mother ones after they've got children, like gloves are off. They don't care. They've got cubs around.
Do they wear gloves?
Do you have any more films for me?
I did. There was a few which when I googled it that popped up, but it's very much like Home Alone with the pizza box delivery. He gets delivered pizza.
Oh, he just gets delivered a pizza.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's quite a significant moment in the movie.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
You haven't seen Home Alone?
I'm not.
I'm only messing.
Oh yeah.
I'm only
Okay.
messing with
Good.
you, yeah. We saw like a bit of a variation there, though, in terms of you've got bubble wrap was common.
Bubble wrap. Yeah, I think bubble wrap is funnier as well.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the episode of The Simpsons where he's wrapped in paper? It's not as fun, is it?
Also, there's something. I think bubble wrap's probably one of the most looked upon types of packaging when people think of packaging. You don't think cardboard box. You actually probably think bubble wrap is the one. And I don't know whether that's because it's got this satisfyingness. It's been used so much. Every parcel you get, everything. Like you receive parcels in the mail, post. Don't know why I'm American.
Mail post.
And then quite likely it's got a bubble wrap on it, but you kind of see through it. You don't even notice it's there on some occasions.
Yeah.
Except for when it's wound and bound really tightly. But what I'm trying to get to is like the popping.
Oh yeah, the
of
popping
it.
is
That's kind of made
really
it
fun.
iconic.
Yeah, yeah. So the difference between plastic bubble wrap, you've got the popping, which is fun to do, but then what is changed to now is that paper bubble wrap is satisfying. So the sound of it and the feel of it, and the symmetrical hexagons that are within it.
Yeah, the way it's cut.
That's now a satisfying thing. So
It is, yeah. I think it's satisfying from a packing perspective. I find the paper bubble wrap, when you stretch it out and give it a pull and it expands.
yeah,
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily something the end user gets, though.
No, maybe from now on people should put a bit of unstretched.
Yeah, just cut a bit
XL
off
wrap.
and put it in and go, there you go. That as we can't give you, we're trying to be sustainable, and as we can't give you the satisfying pops of bubble wrap,
Yeah.
here's a piece of
Here's
here's a piece of unstretched to play with.
That's customer retention. That is.
Yeah. But I admit, I think the open box experience lately I've got something the other day at Coming Bubble Wrap, and it was like wrapped round and round and round and then taped round. And by that point, it became infuriating to open.
Yeah.
Because it was I didn't have a way in. I had to get like a knife out, but the thing inside was like more on the fragile. So it was rather expensive. I didn't want to knife it, you know.
Knife it.
Yeah, well, I actually had something delivered through customs the other day, and this is going off topic. And it come from China. So as it come into the UK, I finally received it as the end user in a big plastic bag with a Royal Mail note on it that said this arrived to Royal Mail from customs and outside of the UK in this state. Please check you're happy with this product, and if not, reach out to the original sender and they can take up like a claim, I think it was. Basically, customs had got the box, gone, what's this in here? And it was cheap. It was like a fake leather. It wasn't actually leather, just plastic, right? This thing. But to get into the box, they've gone through it with a Stanley knife and cut my product inside.
No way.
Has I don't know what size that is, but that bigger knife mark in it, right where the box opens through the tapes. They've cut straight through, and then as the end user, that's how I received it. Now the thing was cheap, and I couldn't bother to go through the claim, so I just rolled with the punches. But that's the most annoyed I've been about
that's really
receiving
bad.
something.
Yeah.
How we got here, I don't know, but
No,
I haven't told you that. Yeah,
the worst that I've seen, which is it was an attempt at sustainability, and it was actually hilarious. So I ordered something from, I won't name names, but a technology company. I ordered something from them, and I opened the box, and there was paper bubble wrap, so Hexel wrap, wrapped around plastic bubble wrap. And then my, it was a control, my control inside that.
right.
So they'd tried to be sustainable by just doing one layer of paper bubble wrap over plastic bubble wrap.
That imply they don't understand.
I think
the
that
protective qualities of paper bubble wrap.
Yeah. So I think that specifically them would have worried that it was going to scratch the surface or something because it is scratchier. But in that scenario, it wouldn't have done anything to the control. 'Cause it's plastic.
Control?
Yeah, like a PlayStation control.
Oh, a controller.
Yeah, controller.
I've never heard anyone call it a control.
You know, remote control.
Oh, fair play. Yeah, but if I invite you around to play like Xbox, hand me that controller. It's a controller.
I don't mean that control.
Nah.
I'd say controller as well, but in that scenario, I said control.
You got to stop saying control. I don't know what you're talking about. I went along with it at first. I was like, it's some sort of like motherboard. Like he's into his.
No, definitely not. It was just a PlayStation controller.
Right.
But that was their attempt at being sustainable.
Yeah.
Was that they had a bit of paper void fill in there. So a bit of paper void fill.
Was it stretched out properly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't like
I've
it was
seen some
wrapped.
before where they don't
they've
stretch
used it for gift wrap. As gift wrap kind of thing. Which seems odd, but...
Yeah. If it
if it works.
It gives you the look you want.
Yeah.
It's not broken, then do what you want.
Yeah, obviously it's not for its intention. It's not its purpose.
It's not. No. You could probably get
that means that where I ordered it from, whoever was packing that item
doesn't get it.
Would have had it been like maybe they are transitioning from plastic to paper, and they wrapped it in plastic
quite literally,
and then forgot that they had to wrap it in the paper, and they were like, "Oh, just stick a bit over the top,
stick it over the
and stick it in." But that kind of is so. You've got that's the packer, so that's the person that's doing all of the packing of the products. So the warehouse manager or whoever it would have been, it's then up to them to make sure that they are trained on how to pack, but also care about it, because
that's the thing that goes out the window quite a lot. I imagine.
Yeah, when he did that, he didn't care. He didn't care about, and he probably didn't know why he has to care about using less material.
If it fits it fits your logic quite well, in the sense that they've been told to do the sustainable product, and it's quite likely they've forgotten or don't understand why they've been told to use the sustainable product. And as we know, using a lesser sustainable plastic bubble wrap still has its place in places, and then using a sustainable one is kind of doesn't cancel out. It's not like going to McDonald's and ordering a McDonald's and having a Diet Coke. That's not how it works. Using the plastic bubble wrap.
Wait, are you saying that's not healthy?
No, it's all calories at the end of the day, isn't it? So if you take a plastic bubble wrap and then use the paper bubble wrap, you're just doubling up on the emissions and the cost in terms of greenhouse gases and carbon emissions it takes to create both those products, and then technically waste them in that scenario.
Yeah. And that's like similar to the blog that we've just done on training packing stuff, because especially temporary ones. So at the time of ordering that controller, sorry, at the time of ordering the controller, it was as a Christmas present. So it was around that time where this company may have had temp packets.
Because you're looking at peak around Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Peak season. So they've hired a bunch of people to be able to deal with the amount of dispatches they've got, which is great for business. But at the same time, with all the packaging laws and everything that's going on at the moment, plastic tax and EPR, that's going to cost them a lot if they've got all of their packages going out with plastic and then also paper.
Yeah. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, and it was taped. So the plastic was taped, and then the paper was also taped. Because they hadn't
with
used
what
enough.
tape? Craft or plastic?
Craft, yeah. So it was paper tape.
Yeah, transition.
And I also
products.
find that weird. And I've had quite a few packages where you get something wrapped in plastic bubble wrap, but they're using paper tape.
I've not had that.
Obviously, it's the better version.
That is a contradiction to the eye.
It's the better version, obviously, to use than plastic tape. But at the same time, it's like it just looks weird to have a really plastic.
Plastic has a look, doesn't it? That like transparent, shiny. It's weird in the sense that you can't get into it with your hands. I quite like the paper from the angle of you can get at it because it tears.
Yeah. It's
paper
a lot
tape's
easier
the same.
to open than that. Yeah. When it comes to open box experience, open box experience is like the best one that I've received, which was Hugo's birthday, my son's birthday present. And it was Air Up.
Oh, it's the bottle with like the thing around
with the flavour.
The straw.
Yeah, so when you,
so it's like a scent.
When you drink it, and by the way, it's mental. So obviously I had to test it to see if it was poison first, because that's what parents do.
Yeah. What flavour? Scent flavour? No, you're not eating it. So it's a scent.
It was basic. It was like blackberry or something. Fine. The flavour.
And you're putting normal water into this.
It's normal water, normal plain water. And you put the flavour on, like the scent on top of this, where you drink it from. You take a sip, and as you're sipping, you smell that. And then the weirdest part is it really does taste like you're having it at that point. But afterwards, and you've got it in your mouth, like you've got the water in your mouth, and then you swallow it, and you do that. This is when you eat.
You teaching me how to drink.
When you're tasting something, you do that, don't you? Like, Do you?
I think I don't know what you're talking about.
You like
do it again. Oh yeah. Now I know.
So and I did that, and you could taste it. So you could.
That's weird.
And
so much of your flavour profile must be made up of scent.
That, and also I think it's a subconscious thing. So I think it's like what?
Okay, I thought I'm going to say something weird now. Have you ever held your nose while eating a banana?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Before you go laughing at the door.
Well, who hasn't?
That messes with your. Like you hold your nose, eat the banana, kind of flavourless.
Yeah, take it off, and it's like
Boom.
poof. Yeah, power.
Boom power.
Power banana.
What are you saying?
I don't know. But anyway,
Hang on, we've just
nothing to
discussed
do
the
with
Air
Air
Up product.
yeah. If
Not
Air
sponsored,
Up wants
not
to sponsor
sponsored.
the podcast,
Tell me about the packaging.
So this might not be the greatest example, but it was just a really nice open box experience because there was no plastic in it. Obviously the bottle's plastic, but it's reusable. But when you open it, the print graphics that was inside the box and the way that the box opened was really cool.
Is it like flood coated?
Yeah, it's not flood coated. It's just brown box with colour print.
One single print?
I think it was two colour print.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like a turquoise and
Which
a
we
white.
know is is that more cost effective plus more sustainable? Flood coating's a little bit.
Yeah, flood coating. Yeah,
It
would
looks
cost a lot
lovely,
more.
flood coating.
Yeah.
But I start to, now with that knowledge, I start to notice brands that aren't. I'm just like, oh, I see what you're doing there. And so that every average end consumer using a single color or two colors rather than flood coating might not see. That doesn't stand out.
Yeah, and the simple.
But to me, it's standing out and going, oh, you're being sustainable.
Yeah, the simple style of the brown with print on is much more popular now, and it's more appealing. I find, like, if I open it up and it is just brown with bold text, that's a lot more effective than if something is flood coated all
I
over.
suppose so.
I don't know whether it's because we're in the industry and you're thinking about.
I'm thinking like about shoe boxes. You know, like Vans. It's kind of flood coated, but there's like cutouts in the flood coating where you can see the brown through. But at the same time, their flood coating's very matte. It's a very matte finish.
Yeah.
The Vans shoe boxes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I've got a Nike one at home, which is like red, and then the white Nike tick in it, and it's like really glossy.
Yeah.
But I don't actually know if one is less sustainable than the other.
It depends.
Gloss
the
doesn't
inks.
actually make you unsustainable, does it?
It's another process.
Just perceived.
But it's another process.
Okay.
So glossing something is another process. So it means that to actually it's more greenhouse.
So you're
gases,
talking more
electricity and energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's also the inks that are used. So
I thought they were all vegetable nowadays.
yeah, I think it must be close to that.
Are there still some that?
I imagine there are still some that aren't
Yeah.
vegetable inks or whatever it is.
I don't even know.
Vegetable.
Where do you get? Now that's going to sound stupid. I know the smallest part of information about vegetable inks.
Go on then.
Normal inks.
From carrots.
No, not like that. Normal inks. Do they get them from squids? Like, where does normal ink come from?
As in
I know
ink in a pen.
I know the squid thing sounds like a joke, and it is. Yeah, ink in a pen. Before they did vegetable ink, where'd that come from? What was the unsustainable version before that? Because you'll go, oh, vegetable.
This is dangerous because
I
it
don't know
could
that-
be really obvious thing.
It's squids.
I'm going to Google it. I've never even thought about it.
If it is squids, then that's highly unsustainable. We're trapping these animals, getting the ink out of them.
It's actually really disappointing and boring. Animal glues.
Pardon?
Animal glues. I don't know what animal glues means, but
What's springing to mind for me is...
liquid from animals.
Oh, no, I was thinking like horses. You know, there's the whole joke that... I don't even think it's a joke.
What?
Don't they turn horses into glue?
What? Do they?
Yeah. I don't
Horse glue?
How do they make glue?
What do you mean turn a horse into glue?
I don't know, but I think it's something someone might have said at school, and I've gone into adult life believing it.
Well, so this is... I don't want to look stupid, really, but
I don't want to look stupid
ink
about
is
the
a
horse
fluid
thing.
made from a combination of pigments, dyes, solvents, and surfactants.
Surfboards.
Surfactants.
Pardon? What are you saying? Is it a science word? Pigments, dyes, solvents, and surfboards. Oh yeah, it does. I don't know. Surfactants.
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 Surfactants. It's a really odd word to say, isn't it? It's too
I don't
many.
know what that means.
Too many its and tuts.
I think we should stop exploring whatever it is we're exploring right now.
A mixture of soluble iron salt with an extract of tannin. I don't know. I
As
think
in,
there's
like,
probably
beef-
loads of different ways.
Beef tannin, isn't that a thing? I don't know. Tannins are like in wine.
I am just going to quickly Google horse glue. Glue, yeah.
Is
look at
it
this.
a myth?
Oh, tears coming out of my eyes. Glue, historically, is indeed made from collagen taken from animal parts, particularly horse hooves and bones.
Oh, that's bad, isn't it?
Hooves, as in...
So hooves aren't the same material as a hoof, a tusk, and collagen's found in your fingernails and hair.
Yeah, so that's the same.
So that's where
it's
they
all
get
the
it from.
same, yeah. Historically.
We're not a great race, are we?
No.
No.
But historically, that is.
In the future, they're going to go, what these people did to the vegetables for the rinks. It's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Because at the time, they didn't realise. Someone must have felt guilty.
What?
Let's not go
doing the horse glue?
Let's not go into the ethics about making glue.
Anyway, air up. It was a really nice open box experience. So to open that box,
And all they
really
had
cool.
was not flood coating, but print on the inside of the
Just
box.
print on the inside of the box.
You said it opened in an
So it
interesting
had,
way.
yeah. So when you open it, like the sides come out in a certain way. It's hard to explain, but it looked really cool.
Okay.
It was really nice.
Can you bring the box in?
No,
Oh,
but we can Google
that was
it.
short-lived.
Air up. No, so they've changed since so they used to flood coat the inside by the looks of it.
Buy
but
another one. Bring it in.
I've recycled the box now as well. That
Good for you.
and the other cool open box experience I had, which is not related to in-transit packaging at all, was Fitbit.
I've got a couple Fitbits,
Right,
but
Brag
it
about
doesn't. It doesn't. It's just flood
So
coated box, isn't it?
it was the Fitbit Inspire 3. It was for his birthday.
Now who's bragging now?
Hugo's birthday.
Hang on, this kid's sport. He's got air up and a foot. Oh, he's into his football, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Air up. Keep him drinking water. Fitbit.
yeah. Because he
Keep him
just
doing
he doesn't
steps.
drink water. He doesn't like water. So
Yeah.
and he just
I
drinks
don't-
juice. He drinks
kids
it when
don't.
he's playing football. So when he's playing football, he's thirsty, so he'll drink it. But to have water out of a tap, he's not a fan. So he has to have a bit of juice in there.
So you're weaning him off the
Squash
juice.
Yeah. Well, it was just an idea to, and he also asked for it. So he said,
He is one switched on kid,
on an air up.
trying to phase out from the juice at his young age and go, I need more water in my life.
What was even funnier is he said it will save you money because you won't have to buy juice anymore.
Right, when's he going sales?
Well, yeah. And what he didn't say though was that the pods
They ran out, didn't
they run out,
they? Yeah.
and they're not cheap.
He's pulled one over you.
Yeah.
Is the yeah.
I didn't actually buy it. It was grandparents' gift.
Well,
So, yeah, they've changed
Send the bill
their-
for the pods his way.
Yeah. Here we go. This is what the box looked like.
It does look more sustainable, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's really cool. That's not air.
Yeah, you're not putting air up there. You're just putting a different cardboard box. But I see what you mean.
Yeah. So, but the Fitbit one
Flood
was
coating
also
is impactful.
Yeah.
For like that, wow. But now as things are changing, but I don't know if we're biased in the terms of we're looking at things in a very
Yeah,
sustainable view.
yeah, because I've been doing loads of stuff on life cycle assessments and all of that. It's
You overanalyze
I then
everything.
start thinking about all the processes.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to know what a
What a
normal
loser.
consumer sees. Because I was in the shop the other day with a friend, and they said about the metal containers that stuff was in, and thought, I'm not sure it's very sustainable. But I checked it, I think, and it was like aluminium. I think I'm wondering if I can get my facts right.
Probably is.
And there's some crazy stat about how aluminium, I'm going to butcher it. 99% of aluminium is that's in use today is still the same aluminium that's been used since the 1800s. Like I've read that aluminium is really bad for the environment to try and get out of the ground as a resource. But once it is out, it's like endlessly
It's really good.
recyclable.
Yeah.
So it just keeps continuing being turned over. But what was interesting was that brand has made the decision to use aluminium as their product. And a friend of mine, a normal consumer, is walking past it going, I'm not going to buy that because it doesn't look sustainable.
Yeah, that is.
Whereas I know,
Interesting,
and
isn't it?
if they
Yeah.
should advertise that point, but to be fair, you'd think you would know because all of the Coke cans every canned drink. There's even like can of water are doing big things and trying to say, why are we still putting water in plastic bottles?
Yeah, moving over to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that obviously isn't, as soon as you take that can and make it look like a tin kind of shape, people go, oh no, it's not. Just interested, the perception of the consumer, and I don't know whether, not that we're out of touch with it, but just interesting to know whether people notice the glossiness of flood coating and think you can't recycle that. Because I think before I worked here, when you get leaflets through the door and they're glossy, you start to think they're plastic, so you don't recycle them. And I think that's bad.
Yeah, that's where it gets confusing.
When you get a
doesn't it?
matte
Yeah.
finish leaflet or brochure, especially a brochure, you think, oh, that doesn't look like that can be recycled because it has like a plastic
gloss
look.
finish one.
Yeah, gloss
Yeah.
finished.
Yeah.
Just a interesting point.
Yeah.
One of
on
my not air up, but like packaging things I liked was Rave coffee beans. I think are doing it well,
Yeah.
and it's similar to your box printing thing. That when it opens up, there's information and graphics printed inside the box. Again, the void fill is none, I think, because it's just coffee beans, so they don't get destroyed, and they're usually packing so many in a box that they hold themselves in place. But yeah, that same, the way the box is printed, I think can go a long
box
way.
printing.
It stands out to me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
Whereas I can't think of other ones. Keep Cup's an interesting one.
Keep Cup.
Keep Cup.
Yeah.
They have a whole page on their website that tells you every single product, how it's built.
Oh yeah, I think you've
Yeah.
shown me that before. Yeah, really good.
And then how it can be recycled, what it's made of, what they're looking to do in the future to make it more sustainable. But like everything, as in the glass jars, the cork or rubber bands that go around the outside, the lids, the insert that goes in the lid.
Yeah,
It's
and
crazy
that is,
good
I think that's
breakdown.
the way that a lot of brands will now go as well, is that they'll start, well, obviously the move from plastic is a big thing anyway, but a lot of brands will start looking at how to market that type of stuff. So how to push out the fact that they are being sustainable, because consumers are a lot more eco-conscious. So they're actually thinking about the environment. People are doing recycling more than they ever have at the moment. So yeah, and the EPR and other packaging laws that they're bound to introduce at some point all complement that as well. So although it's, another way for the government to get a bunch of money,
Yeah.
it does actually have a good effect on it's putting it to the front of people's minds. So sustainability is businesses especially are now thinking that they are going to have to make this switch from things that are not necessarily just plastic, but reducing packaging waste in general, because people made the switch from plastic to paper and then started overpacking with paper because they didn't trust the protectiveness. So if you have just a general person off the street, that's not
Your normal consumer as well.
a normal consumer
Yeah.
come in, and then you give them a box and you give them a glass like this and nothing else other than
Like a selection of packaging.
well, no,
products.
just a big roll of paper. Just a big roll of paper, nothing else.
Yeah.
And then you say, pack this product or whatever, some paper cushioning, pack this product. They will overdo it massively. So if you don't train packing, if packing staff aren't fully trained on how to actually pack a box, they will continue to do that as well, which is then making a big effect on EPR, extended producer responsibility. So it's going to cost them a load more for not training staff. If you train or even if the packaging company, the supplier or the warehouse manager, whoever it is, trains the packing staff on the techniques and the different ways that you can pack a box, then that will make a massive saving throughout the chain. So it will just reflect on everything.
So you saying costs will be saved not only in the cost of the packaging, but because of the overuse, they're actually taxed a higher amount.
Say that again?
Because of the overuse of the packaging, with the EPR regulation coming in, does that take an effect on the amount of packaging being used? So they're spending, money's being wasted twofold, because you have to pay for the packaging products in the first place. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
And that they're being wasted, and then you're being penalised for wasting it.
Yeah. So EPR, the whole point of EPR is to help reduce waste. So everybody has to now report on how much waste and how much packaging they are using. So for us, or for a e-commerce business, for example, they're now trying to minimize the amount of packaging they have inside a box to protect a product, so that when they do their weight report on how much packaging they've used, it's a lot less. So they'll get less fees because they're going to get fees for it. That's where, and some companies have said, it's going to cost them millions your EPR is going to cost them millions. So now they're looking for different solutions that may even be more expensive now, but once you take in the EPR fees, plastic tax, and all of these other things, and also the amount of packaging you're using anyway, because if you have a roll of, or like a length of bubble wrap, or a length of the top fill paper, the stuff's just slightly
the flat
crunched.
stuff.
Yeah, the flat stuff that doesn't do anything really. And then a roll of decent paper cushioning. If you have all three of those, the decent paper cushioning is going to use a lot less material anyway. So not even taking into account EPR or any other packaging laws, you're still going to save costs because you're going to use less material.
Yeah,
so
but you'll only see that result if the education and training is in place.
Yeah, because if you don't train the staff, then they're will just stuff that box. Yeah. And that's, I would. If I had a box and I had a fragile product to take, it's not the packer's fault. It's not their problem that they're overpacking. It's that they haven't been trained properly on how to actually pack, because there's so many different techniques to use. That went on.
I don't know.
And weirdly enough, I'll say it.
Yeah.
We just covered all the points in that one conversation.
Yeah, I know. In the first episode, we said we had a list of points to go off of, but oh wow, I wasn't even looking. I think that brings us nicely to the end of today.
Yeah. I think that was a good. The last one was funny and whatever, but that felt like it was.
This was more rooted and grounded.
Rooted,
and to be fair,
had a reason behind it.
I think we kind of proved our point that we said in the first one, that on the outset, packaging can seem boring, but we have somehow managed to talk for this extent of time actively, I've thoroughly enjoyed this, about the way the marketing's used in it, your open box experience, what you like, what you don't like, how consumers perceive it. There's a lot of elements going on there that we are barely scratching the surface on.
Yeah. We just did something.
We just did a thing.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Well, there you go. Well, I suppose we'll wrap this one up then.
Yeah. Wrap it up.
As we're getting. Pardon? Go on.
Wrap.
Oh no, I'm not doing the rap thing again. It's your turn.
No, I didn't say. No, I'm just saying. Wrap it up.
You just said rap at me.
Wrap it up. You're wrapping it up.
In. No. No, it's the thing.
Pack the saying.
Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't doing that.
Oh, fine. We'll wrap it up.
We've ruined the whole podcast now.
We'll wrap it up. That ends this episode, and we'll hopefully dig a little bit deeper on topics.
Yeah, I think the idea is that we're going to go more into ways that like the actual packing techniques that people can use. I think that would be good to do a little demonstration. Also, what I want to do is bring in
the air up box.
I haven't got any more because I recycled.
Buy another one for yourself.
They're £50.
Excuse me?
They're £50.
Oh,
it costs £50 for a bottle. Hey,
I'm not saying
they're sponsoring this podcast.
I hope Hugo loves it.
They're not really. He does, yeah. He really does love it. It's great.
If I get some drinking more water, then that is the
hydration.
That's the goal.
Yeah. Cheers. Should we end on a cheers?
End on a cheers. All right.
Cheers.
To hydration.
To vodcasts.
Chin chin.